Hi, my name is Asher Abraham, and I attend Monsignor Farrell High School. My question to you is, why is there no mandatory substance use curriculum in NYC schools? Nowadays, there's HIV, AIDS education, but not for drugs. Why not?
Well, help me say it again. Why is there mandatory?
Why is there no mandatory substance use curriculum in all NYC schools?
Okay, let me turn to both the Deputy Commissioner and the Health Commissioner. Come on up, because I do not know the nuances of our health curriculum. So, for our high school students, the curriculum we give around health in general, does it have a substance abuse element?
It does. It should be happening. I don't know why it's not happening in your school, but we could talk about that.
He's in a Catholic school, but I'm talking about
our schools. We have it
in the public schools, and so the question is, and it's a great question also. Since the DOE has larger oversight of all education in certain ways, and so does the state, do you know who governs over what the curriculum needs to be in a private or parochial school in terms of health education?
It's the state, but we can work with you with our superintendent.
Okay, so the public schools have it. If you want to talk about it for your school, we can work with
the state ed department.
Okay, we'll follow up with you. Thank you.
Coming to this one, Mike? Guy, I don't know.
Thank you, Councilman Borelli. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to touch on what we were just talking about. My name is Michael Riley. I'm the president of Community Education Council 31 here in Staten Island. Borough President Otto has partnered with the police department and the Department of Education for Too Good for Drugs, of course, we know. We did a resolution in support of his efforts to get that K-12. That is currently not available. And like this student said just earlier, that we have a mandated AIDS curriculum, health curriculum, but we do not have a substantial narcotics awareness, substance abuse. Along those lines, back in April 2016, Public Advocate James held an opioid awareness event, and I suggested that we have school safety agents have naloxone. Since that, I've had many conversations with Chancellor Farina and the police department, and they were going to evaluate protocols to make that happen possibly. So far, we've been at a stalemate. It hasn't happened. We're not asking necessarily that every school has to have one, but at least our middle schools and high schools. And if we do have the opportunity for a school safety agent to have that, maybe to level 3, which is the supervisor, right, would have that as an experiment, just to, as a pilot. What happened in the Bronx, not saying that Narcan would have saved them, we don't know, but it's a real concern, and it would be a broad spectrum where we'd have Narcan and the education all working together.
First of all, thank you for all you do on the CEC. I appreciate that a lot. Let's give them a round of applause for that. So I want to thank the borough president, because obviously Too Good for Drugs has been a very positive program. I know NYPD Chief Delatorre is a huge proponent, and we've provided some funding to support it here. The question, I want to combine the opioid piece with, you're making, I think, a good, bigger point. First of all, substance abuse in general, which could also be alcohol, which is no small matter. So again, Deputy Chancellor and Health Commissioner, come back up. I want to just test this question because I don't know the answer, so come help us out.
We need
if you broaden this, if you broaden the question to, we're teaching young people about the dangers, smoking, the whole thing, all of the different substances that could negatively affect their life. Because I don't know the answer, so I'd like something that would help everyone understand. In public schools, how early do we start that? How often do we repeat that over the grades? Do we have a sense of that?
So we do it in middle schools, definitely, and in high schools, not so much elementary schools, but we should, and some schools do it. You're asking for a mandatory curriculum on that, and I appreciate that, and that's something that the Chancellor has been talking about, and we do want to explore
Mr. Mayor,
that.
yeah.
Wait, we've got, oh wait, there's a protester who's come in. Hold on.
With all due respect,
yes,
a high school student spends 1 semester of the 8 semesters on health, and that health class covers a myriad of issues, meaning they spend an hour a day, less than an hour, specifically on opioids or addiction. Same thing with middle schoolers. One semester on health, it covers the whole
Everything.
universe.
Everything, right.
That's got to change.
Okay. By the way, can I just say, council member, I've rarely seen such restraint from Jimmy Otto. It took him most of an hour to finally break in on the meeting.
I had to give him a non-curse word dictionary.
That was very nice. Yes, the Otto to English dictionary, right? So, okay, I think that's a point well taken right there. So I'm going to bring it together. So the answer is middle school and high school, there's some, but not what you're talking about, not what the borough president's talking about. I think it's a good thing that we put our minds together. I think it fits with the Thrive idea also, and pump up the substance abuse, smoking, et cetera, piece of this. Borough President, will you have helpful suggestions to help us figure out how to do this? Okay, so that's point one. Now, stay here. Chief, you may have perspective on this too. On the question of do we have the Narcan or naloxone in schools, even just in the possession of school safety? Do we have a standard for that, middle school or high school?
I don't think we do, but
I don't think we do. And we also, I would like to talk with you because we aren't seeing fatal overdoses in this age group.
Thank God, I'll say it for you. I'll say it for you.
Yeah.
We want to stay ahead of it, and obviously, you know, everything costs money in the world. But to have the apparatus, to have the drug in the school,
better
the
safe than
reversal,
sorry.
right? To have the reversal drug, to have Narcan or naloxone is an appealing notion.
I'm Inspector Moscat from School Safety. This is something that has come up. It's something that I recognize your points, and it's a possibility that it could save a life. We're discussing it seriously, and I'll get in touch with you after the meeting and stay in touch with you and let you know
Okay.
exactly where we're at with that.
I will wrap it all together. So it's a great idea. I'm not going to hold against you that Otto agrees with you. It's a great idea. And what we'll do is this. We're starting the budget process right now. We'll be working with the council member. I want to combine these points. So I'm going to nominate into our own budget process that we put a price tag on middle school and high school, what it would mean to get, and obviously there'd be training, minimal, but still training, to make sure enough people at any given point in time knew how to do it. What would that cost us? What does that look like in terms of need? I'd argue high school most important. But second, the curriculum piece is a very powerful idea. Yes. What would it take? I don't know how much we control, or we have a state issue, but whatever. Let's put as part of the budget process also, what would it mean to reorient our health curriculum, either to make this more of that semester or to add more time beyond that semester, because the world's changing rapidly. And the opioid crisis, but not just that, the other substance abuse, the smoking, everything is a huge, huge challenge. So you're going to be a subcommittee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very much.